Well, g'day. It's 8 o'clock and it's Sunday morning, and today, like most days, I've got a million things to do, and they're revolving around the garden. I've fed the birds, I've fed the fish, I'm topping the fish tank up a little bit. I've got to repair on a leak on that. I mowed the lawn. My God, it's getting ready for mowing again, and the grass hasn't even died. I've got to scrape that up and get it in the compost. About 6 or 8 weeks ago, I made a fertilizer for the orchard, and it's in this tank. And what it is, it's fermented farmyard manure. It's fermented cow shit. Cow shit in the water in there, flour in there, and molasses, treacle in there. And then you leave it to ferment, and then water it onto the orchard, onto the fruit trees as it needs it. Now then, one of the things was this. I think this is a 41 gallon, and in here there's got kitchen scraps, it's got grass cuttings, it's got leaves, it's got everything. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually physically tip it out, mix it up, and put it back in. And it is breaking down rather well. Now then, look at that. Look at that. So I'm just going to break that up and crack it back in to the barrel to ferment and to cook on a bit more. I've got to clean this workshop up. That's desperately to be done, because I didn't do anything in it when I got the diagnosis that they said I was going blind. I thought, what's the point? Anyway, I've got to sort that out. Down here, I have got 2 trees to plant out in the orchard. Now, this is clearly the wrong place to put them, because they're in direct sunlight there. And what these are, they are mangosteens, and mangosteens don't like the direct sunlight. So they've got to be planted in the shade somewhere. Not quite sure where yet, but somewhere. Let's get rid of that creeper. Now then, look at this. This is I'm not sure this is a peach or an apricot, but that's really doing well. That is well doing. It's doing good. This is, again, I think that's a plum, I'm not sure. It doesn't matter, I'll know when the fruit comes on. This again is another apricot or peach, as is this one. I got 2 peaches, 2 apricots, and they seem to be doing rather well. They're clearly enjoying it down here. And then here in the bottom, this is got some nice new growth on down there. That is a kiwi. So that's got to be done today. I ran the mower over yesterday, and it grows like grass when it rains. This is an apple tree that's been eaten, so again I'll need to spray that. A different variety of apple that seems to be doing a little bit better. And a different variety of apple that I don't think likes the sun too much, although it's got shade cloth, but we've got some good growth on it. But I can't let that growth mature, because that growth is before the graft. And if you let it grow before the graft, you're going to get the original fruit that was on the graft stock. So that's got to be nipped out. There's another apple that seems to be doing okay, got some nice new growth on it. And another peach or nectarine or something. They came with Thai labels on, and I don't read Thai, and I couldn't be arsed asking me. I knew which the apples were, so they were the important ones. Right, I've got to scrape this grass up down here. It takes, with that yard wide hay rake that I made, the traditional British farm, it just takes minutes to rake the lawn off. It's fantastic. And look at this for a Sunday morning. The rice is growing well. It's clear all to the mountains. May's been clearing down here, ready to get her veggie gardens growing again. So she's been busy with her chainsaw. I bought her a little battery chainsaw, a DeWalt. It's about an 8-inch blade, but it's really good. Now then, another job. I've got to clear off all the aquaponics apart from the butternuts, and because these are done. There's a bit of fruit on, but they're done. They're done. And wrap this hose pipe up that May's put here, because she doesn't need it now because it's raining. And we have topped up the fish tank. So switch that off and switch the pump on. There you go. And there's lots and lots and lots and lots of baby fish in there. So you know what that means, don't you? Yeah, they've been at it, they've been doing it. So that is my farmer going off to work. May's downstairs veggie garden down here that she's clearing. I think a little flamethrower will be good for these areas rather than using chemicals. I don't know what tree this is. It is a fruit tree of whatever, I don't know, but she's planted that. So as is my want, if I discover a channel that I think deserves a leg up, I often give them a shout out. And today it's an English lad who comes not far from me, near Manchester. There's a lovely Thai wife, a Thai family, and they have a lemon farm, and I'm going to put a link in the description below, so go over, check them out. Very interesting, and subscribe to them, give them a leg up, share the stuff, and don't forget to give them a thumbs up because it will help their channel. You may notice that I never say like, share, subscribe. If you want to, please do. If you don't want to, up to you. Oh, right. My Thai grapefruits, my some we've got plenty on here this year that are doing well. I'm going to get some feed on the bottom of this tree. I'm going to put a watering can full of calcium nitrate, which will help that fruit no end. Right, well, I've got to get on because I've loads of stuff to do. Now then, I've tipped out the compost bin. One of them, I've got a number of compost bins. Now, you will notice all the water that's come out, but in the middle it was very dry, which is one of the great reasons for me turning it over, because all that dry is going to get mixed up with the wet now, because I'm going to mix it up and I'm going to fork it back in there for a while. And I mean, there's some great compost in the bottom there, but it'll all break down. It'll all be compost in the not too distant future, and then we'll use it in the garden. Now then, look at that. That was full to the top, and the lid was pressing down on the grass, and look at that, it's a quarter down, and all I've done is shovel it out and shovel it back again. I'm mixing some of the dry, well, the dry's at the bottom now, and I'm going to rake up the grass cuttings and get those. Should I put them on the top, or should I put them in the bins here? I think I'll put them in the bins. The reason the plastic isn't over the top is a very, very simple reason. We're in the rainy season. Plastic over the top, the rain lodges on the plastic, the mosquitoes lay eggs in the puddles. So May has made an executive decision, and the executive decision is, whilst the rain is here, the plastic is not going back. I'm cool with that. You know, I say to her at times, you don't know anything about the garden, but she does. But she's lived here all her life, 51 years, and I've only lived here 10 years. So suffice to say, when it comes to things Thai, I bow to her knowledge. Right, so I'll rake this up with my traditional made English hay rake, and I made this about 6 months ago. Fantastic. I enjoyed making it, and it's very, very useful. Well, it doesn't take long with that rake. I'm going to pick that up now and get it into those compost bins, and along we go. And then I've got to put this back where it goes, put the lid on. I'm not going to top that up, I'm going to leave that because it's going down very well now, and we'll be able to use that probably in 8 or 9 weeks, something like that. I'm in no rush, I've got until I die, and at some point got to crack on and clean this workshop up. What a mess it is, what an absolute mess. And I've still got to get out and plant those mangosteen trees and everything else. And look at these MiFi. These are ready. There you go, that's what they're like inside. Oh, lovely. They're a little bit like a tarty apple. Lovely. Well, it's alright for you sitting there having your breakfast and your coffee or your tea, your toast or whatever, and well, I've got lots to do, so I can't hang about here all day. Bye bye for now.